This is the 2019 Mazda CX5 all-wheel drive model, but this isn't just any all-wheel drive model because this is the diesel variant with the Skyactiv diesel engine. Now I'm going to take a closer look at her and I'm going to take you guys with me. Let's go. Now I was able to borrow this car from Mazda Makati, so a special shout out to Mazda Makati for helping me out. I've been wanting to test drive and try this CX5 diesel variant for quite a while now, and it was through the help of Mazda Makati that I was able to take this car out for the weekend. Now, as with all my past reviews, I'm going to go around the car, show you the features, show you the benefits, go inside the car, and after that we're going to take her out for a short test drive to see how she behaves on the road. Mazda's Skyactiv engine is Mazda's interpretation of how a fuel-efficient engine should look like. Now, most car automakers are going towards the hybrid and the electric vehicle route, but not Mazda. Mazda decided to place its bets on internal combustion engine and make it much more efficient than the previous variants. In this case, we have the Skyactiv gasoline engine and the Skyactiv diesel engine. Now, what I have here is a Mazda CX5 Skyactiv diesel engine, and it sports a 2.2-liter twin turbo diesel with one of the lowest compression ratios that you can ever find in a diesel engine. I do believe that this diesel engine has a compression ratio of 14:1. Now, most diesel engines have a turbo, but in this case this has a twin turbo, and instead of two equal-sized turbos, what we have here is a sequential turbo where you have a smaller turbo ahead of a bigger turbo, which helps with fuel efficiency and reduces turbo lag as well. This Skyactiv diesel engine is good for 175 horsepower and an earth-shattering 420 nanometers of torque. Now, 420 nanometers of torque doesn't sound like a lot, but put it in a body as light and as small as a CX5, then you've got a car that hauls and hauls fast. Looking at the car from the side, you can see that based on the form, it follows the Kodo design of Mazda, which puts it firmly in the sport side of the SUV equation. I mean, it's SUV, sport utility vehicle, but this CX5, along with most or all of Mazda's SUVs, are clearly and firmly on the sport side. Now, true to her sporty nature, you could see that she sports 19-inch rims with 215/55 rubber, which is a low-profile rubber when it comes to SUVs. Now, this gives her much quicker handling and much better acceleration and all that stuff, which you could only expect from a sporty SUV. Looking at the front end of the CX5, you can see the Kodo influence on the grille, and on this massive grille you wouldn't notice it at first, but take a good look at the design of the grille, and it has that Y-shaped design, and I'm really digging it. I'm loving it. It gives it a more premium and upscale look. Now, even the lower part of the grille, the way it integrates into the headlights, shares with you how Mazda really wants to convey a more premium look to its vehicle lineup. Going to the back of the CX5, you could see that she also sports dual tailpipes, something that we've seen in the bigger brother, the CX9. Aside from the dual tailpipes, you can see on this clean tailgate right under the backup camera, which is mandated for all 2019 cars, and this liftgate is also a powered setup. All you need to do is press on the button right here, and the liftgate will just go up on its own. Now, as you can see, once it lifted up, there is a tonneau cover right here, and this tonneau cover, just make sure that prying eyes won't get to see your stuff at the back of the car. If you look at inside the car, you will see one of the drawbacks of having a sexy rear, and that is a smaller trunk space. I've already placed two boxes here, and in these two boxes you'll see that this is pretty much all that you can fit inside the CX5. You can fit a large luggage for going to the airport, but forget about trying to fit two without tumbling the second row seats. That's one of the drawbacks of a CX5. It has a sexy rear. Unfortunately, that sexy rear means lesser junk in your trunk. If ever you need more trunk space, you can always tumble down the second row. Now, to tumble down the second row, all you have to do is just pull the latch here at the side, and there's another latch here, and you could tumble it down automatically. Pull the latch here, and now you've got a ton of space because the second row is tumbled down. If you have tall items that you need to put inside the CX5, you can remove this Tonneau cover. It is removable, so that would give you access towards the upper side, upper half of the vehicle. Now it's time to check out how the interior space looks like. Given the fact that the CX5 is part of the compact SUV class, you wouldn't expect too much of legroom or space inside the vehicle. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go into the passenger seat and take a look at how I fit inside. The driver's seat is adjusted for somebody of my height, which is 5'6", and as you can see, even with 5'6" height adjustment for the driver, there's still plenty of legroom at the back. It's quite comfortable, and the seats are also clad in leather. So with the door closed, yeah, it is small, it is compact, but it's not claustrophobic, and it helps that the CX5 also has a sunroof, which adds a little bit more natural light to come in. Windows are also very good in terms of visibility, and I don't see any reason for this to be a cramped ride. It's perfectly decent as a 5-seater SUV. Moving on to the driver's seat, let's take a look at how it feels to be inside. First of all, you'll notice here that both driver and passenger seats have all-power 8-way power seats, alright? It's basically what you'd expect from a top-of-the-line model. Okay, so getting into the driver's seat, you have an upright sitting position, and the steering wheel just comes naturally right in front of you. Alright, I'm gonna close the door and find out how it feels. Okay. As a driver, you have a commanding view of the road. Even if this is a compact SUV, the seat height makes you feel as if you are in a bigger SUV, although you're not. It's great because it gives you much better forward and sideways visibility. Moving on to the inside, the CX5 has a 10-speaker Bose sound system, which also includes a subwoofer. The subwoofer, funnily, is located right here at the trunk, which you can find in the middle of the spare tire. Now, this is a great way to maximize space because the subwoofer is in the middle of the tire, and the tire itself acts like a resonator for the woofer itself, giving it better sound. And you've got the tools here all integrated at the side of the spare tire. Alright, sitting here in the driver's side, you are greeted by the usual Mazda steering wheel with all the buttons. You got the call buttons, the info button, voice command, cruise control, and you've got your familiar Mazda gauges. But unlike the gauges found in the MX-5, the speedometer is front and center in this case, and you got an LED display on the right side and the tachometer on the left side. You've got the Mazda Infotainment System right here. This is across the range of all Mazda vehicles, and the master control knob found in the middle, which for me, I find this highly intuitive. Just rest your arm on the armrest and you can easily change like volume or stations or songs. You could fiddle around with the controls basically with this master control knob right in the center. Now, Mazda understands the value of charging your electronic gadgets, and one of the quirks that I found out on the CX5 was just how much charging ports you've got in this car. First up, you have a charging port right here There you go. That's one. A charging port right in the main center console, right beside the gear shift lever. Okay. And then if you move over here to the center glove box, you've got another 12-volt charger there, and you have two USB ports that you can find here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and another one here, a fourth. So you've got 4 charging ports immediately just in the front. Unfortunately, for the people in the back, there are no charging ports that could be found. So what you're gonna do if you need to charge your cell phone or your gadget is you'll just have to go over here and borrow one of the 3 charging ports found in the center console. Pretty tough to do, especially if the driver and the front passenger are already using all 4 ports to charge their gadgets and their cell phones. But guess what? You got 4 charging ports in front, none in the second row, and you've got 1 at the back. There is a 12-volt charging port right here at the trunk of the CX5. Now there's nobody who's gonna sit here. I don't really know what the purpose of this is for. Why would you put a 12-volt charger at the rearmost part of the trunk? Well, that's one of the quirks that I found in the CX5, and it's a funny quirk. I don't really get what the Mazda engineers and designers were smoking when they came out with this. Another quirk that I found on the CX5, which I didn't find its bigger brother, the CX9, is this. When was the last time that you saw a DVD tray in the front of a vehicle? Given the fact that nowadays most vehicles are doing away with DVDs, the CX5 still has a DVD player and an eject button right here, and it's right smack in the center of the car. Wow, that's another funny quirk that I find in the CX5. As the top of the line model, you've got a host of safety features that can be found here. This is the button that turns off the I-stop whenever you don't want the engine to die down when you hit the full stop. This is for the lane departure warning. You can turn it off as well if you find it quite annoying. This is traction control system, which you can also turn off. And you got parking sensors right here, both found in the front and the back of the vehicle. Alright, now that we've seen all the features and the quirks of this car, let's take her out for a drive and see how she behaves on the road. Okay, first thing that you notice with this car is how quiet it is. There is a little bit of diesel engine noise that you could hear, but you really have to hunt for it. Otherwise, it's just like a regular gasoline car. Okay, what happened? Oh yeah, the I-stop feature of the car. So I came onto this stoplight and the engine just stopped itself, but the AC is still running. I got a stalled vehicle, but as soon as I remove my foot from the brake, it would restart. Since the CX5 is running on 19 inches with a little bit of a low profile tire, at least for an SUV, you could feel the bumps on the road. The ride is stiffer than what you normally expect from an SUV, but it also belies its sporty nature and its sporty handling. So out here on the highway, it could cruise so easily. Shifted it to manual mode. I'm now on 6th gear, and it's just smoothly driving. You know, you have that tall command of the road. Visibility is very nice considering the sexiness of the body. The car's overall visibility is very good. You're sitting up a little bit higher. It gives you that SUV feel in a body that is very capable of running at illegal speeds. The steering itself is very light. Even at 100 kilometers per hour, the steering wheel feels so light. It's a little bit of the drawback with these vehicles with their electric power steering. It feels so light and electric. It feels so artificial. None of that mechanical feel of the older power steering assemblies. AC is also quite cold. I got a sunroof open just, so that you guys could see my face. But even in this hot, like 36 degrees Celsius weather, it's still quite comfortable and quite cool. The lane departure warning that this car sports is quite smart as well. It detects if you are about to cross the line. The steering wheel gives you some form of resistance and you feel some vibration. But if you hit the signal light, the turn signals, the alarms would not go off. It means that you are deliberately making a turn. But if you don't hit the turn signals, then the warnings will come on. That's quite good, quite fantastic. All right, let's try the handling on this sweeping curve. Going up. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so that shows you the sporty nature of the CX5. Even in that sweeping entry ramp, it really hauls and doesn't have any issues with losing its balance, losing control. Man, this thing accelerates like a bat out of hell. Okay, yep, hitting illegal speeds now, gotta slow down. But whoa, what a rush. What a rush. Mazda always has that goal, that objective to put a smile on the driver's face. And man, do they make it. Wow. Those engineers in Mazda, they never disappoint. This thing got soul. It got soul. Reminds me of a fatter MX-5. Yeah. I really can't get enough of the acceleration of the diesel engine. I mean, I've driven diesels before, but none as fun as this. Ooh, man. Yeah, and the all-wheel drive system keeps everything planted, even in tight curves like that. Wow. All right, fun's over. We're back in the city. So there you have it. That is the 2019 Mazda CX5 all-wheel drive Skyactiv diesel variant that's being sold here in the Philippines. And I must say, wow, this car is probably the best compromise car. When you say compromise, it has everything that you're looking for in a vehicle. It's got the pull and the grunt of a sports car. It's got the fuel efficiency of a hybrid or close to that. It's got the cargo capacity and the passenger capacity of a family vehicle, and it looks good and it looks sexy while doing all that. Now, how much does something like this cost here in the Philippines? This CX5 all-wheel drive Skyactiv diesel variant is the top of the line variant that's being sold by Mazda Philippines, and for that, the price for this vehicle is 2.2 million pesos. It's got all the gadgets, all the technology, you got the fuel efficiency, you've got pretty much everything that you normally just find in a premium European brand. But here, Mazda was able to do it all in their CX5 offering. Now, who is this car for? This car is for that daddy or that mommy who has to take their kids to school, who has to do the groceries, but wants to have fun while doing so. They want something nimble, they want something quick, they want something that they can easily park in tight parking spaces. Aside from mommies and daddies, this vehicle is also for those who live an active lifestyle. People who just want to go out there and drive while participating in their sports, participating in their hobbies, and just living life. So if you're looking for the features of a premium European vehicle at a fraction of the cost, this 2.2 million peso Mazda CX5 diesel is the way to go. Once again, thank you guys for watching my car reviews. This is Reagan on Reagan Reviews. Please subscribe to my channel. Every Saturdays I upload Scarlett Miata videos, and on random days I'd also upload some travel vlogs as well. Anyway, catch you again next time. Bye bye.